Alright, a progress update for Strings Divinity, Disciple of Obitus. Not much, but I wanted to show it off. I got the animations, well, kind of, you'll see. So, we got, the map set up, just a test tile map. We got the walking and the turning and the basic movement stuff. Animations working. I think it looks nice. Yeah, I like the way it looks. I'm not gonna have in the actual game. I'm probably not gonna have the map like have these black voids. You didn't see that. It's probably all gonna be filled in, just like the original game. Because having the void like that is looks weird. Anyways, let me show off how it's done. So, yeah. So what I've got is I've got a parent BP, right? This is where every character in the game will inherit, the stuff from name, level, HP, all the required stuff. Then I just make child blueprints, child blueprints to add, the sprite. I'm using paper ZD, so animation component and specific things. Like for instance, the movement can be handled in the parent. This is how I made it rotate. This is probably a terrible way of doing it, and I want to fix it. I just couldn't find a tutorial for it. I also didn't look. That's okay. And for the actual animation, this is what I've got. Again, I'm using paper ZD, so we got the idle. And if velocity is greater than 0, we're walking. If it's not, if it's equal to 0, as in not moving at all, then we're not walking. And we don't want to say, if it's less than 0, because less than 0 it implies that we're walking backwards. Yeah, that's what I got. So, bye-bye. Alright, follow-up video for Video Juego. I was having a problem with the lighting. I couldn't get actual lighting to work for some reason on orthographic cameras. So, I had to go back through some forums and through some posts that I made on the questions I asked on the Discord server for Unreal Engine, and I managed to get translucency sorting, so I can go behind or in front of them, as well as they are affected by directional lighting, not point lighting, but that's an orthographic camera thing. They are affected by point lighting if I go to perspective camera. This right here is just a sprite that simulates lighting, which is what I did before, and it's always on top because of translucency sorting stuff. So yeah, if I just show you, if I just go to point light, and you can see they are affected by point lighting. They are being lit up, and let's just make it a color too. Or not. So they are being colored red, but obviously when we oh, that's weird. They are being affected by point lighting. I might not have to do this right. The background isn't, but I imagine I can just change it to be the what is this? Translucent lit better. I also have default lit better, which is like the same thing, right? So if I just make this default lit better as the material, and I set these guys, their translucency sorting to be 1. Yeah, this translucency sort priority to 1. So they are always going to be on layer 1. This is always going to be on layer 0, right? And the light should always be on layer 2. Yeah, so it will always be on top. And point lights do affect it now. Okay. That's good, that's good. That means I can also go with edge lighting. Which is I made a normal map for all the sprites. I don't remember if I showed off or not. I have normal maps for edge lighting. So when I add point lights in, it will look better. Oh, so the way I did it is I made a copy of the default sprite lit material and the translucent lit sprite material, I believe. In the translucent lit sprite material, I just made the default, or sorry, the parent, from default lit sprite to our copy of default lit better. Then all I had to do was turn the blend mode to translucent and turn the lighting mode to surface forward shading. And I believe I turned blend mode for this translucent as well. This way I can have, like I said, I can have sprites that are translucent, which is what is required to have them go forward and behind each other. So it gives the illusion of depth, but they're also affected by lighting. This is what unlit looks like. This is just raw colors, but that's okay. And they are affected by. Well, let's make it nighttime, right? Make the night light. That's obviously a bit extreme, but it does work. Okay. And one more time, we're over here. Let's get a point light. Simulate a campfire. Campfire, let's make it orange. And bring it forward here. Don't need this to be that big. It's still really big, but for the purpose of testing, why no work? Why is it not affecting it now? It was just affecting it. Nothing to do with this, does it? Why? Put a spotlight and it started affecting it a little bit. I am really confused. I have no idea as to why sometimes it gets affected and other times it doesn't. So I put a point light there and it made everything red. And I didn't change anything. All I did was move it. I don't know why sometimes it happens and other times it doesn't. It does not make sense to me. It should be affecting it. It should be affecting it on orthographic mode, I should say, because that's how we got it to go. Unless I need to enable something again, which I'll figure out in a moment. Yeah, so in perspective mode, the lighting still works, but I want it to be in orthographic mode because, you know, it's 2D. Camera to stay orthographic. I don't know why sometimes the lighting works, other than I had, I think it was this one. I think if I turn this on, it compiles all of the shaders, which takes a really long time, but that might help it work. So I'm gonna go try that. So yeah, doing the enabling the full shading does not do anything. However, maybe if I let the shaders compile, something will happen. I'm just curious because orthographic cameras should not support lighting apparently. So I'm wondering why it did. And if I can make it do it again. So I'm gonna try letting the shaders compile and see if it does anything, but I have my doubts. Yeah, I waited like half an hour for the shaders to compile. I didn't see anything different. The shaders are compiled now. The lighting's the exact same. I don't know what's happening. Hopefully someone can help me.